Hello friends. 3 years after the release of the first version of this headlamp, Fenix decided to release the second generation. I suggest we see if this update has become a step forward or a senseless marketing move, or maybe even a step back at all. Let's go. The packaging here is good, quite suitable for a gift. Inside the headlamp itself with a head mount 18650 battery with a capacity of 3400 mAh, charging cable, O-rings, manual and warranty. In general, everything that is usually present in the kit is here. And here is the headlamp itself in full assembly with a headband mount. The quality of the head mount remained as high as it was before. There are still reflective elements, a gel shelf inside, but now you can remove the upper part of the attachment. It will only go around the head and the flashlight itself is now inserted not from the front, but from the side, slides into the mount from the side together with the clip. I'm not sure yet that it will be convenient in winter, but in summer, so far at the level of the review, everything seems quite comfortable. The appearance and dimensions of the flashlight remained, by and large, the same as they were in the first generation and there are no significant changes here. However, it is clear that this is a good branded thing, but the flashlight still does not have any distinctive features of its own. On the other hand, this is not so important for a headlamp, and in general, I do not see a problem in this. The clip is not tight, one-sided. Naturally there is a magnet in the end. The magnet is strong, holds the flashlight horizontally freely, and it is quite expected that the spring is only in the tail. Unfortunately, there is a limiter of the use of flathead batteries in my head. However, a magnet can be attached to the positive contact of the flathead battery and it will work. Let me remind you, the flashlight is powered by 18650 battery. The thread is of medium size, well lubricated. Tokarka, of course, is impeccable. There is also a magnet in the head. It is needed for charging and I think it is much worse than a standard tipsy cable. It is unlikely that someone will like to carry a native cable with them in order to be able to charge a flashlight. A full charge takes 3 hours or 2 hours to reach a more or less decent charge level, but I liked the button. It is very wide and comfortable. Without effort, you can find it blindly. Of course there is a backlight of the charging level. Neither the optics nor the LED have changed. Behind the matte shooting range lens, there are a SST40 LED and a small SMD red light LED. The management has improved somewhat, but for me and for a lot of other users it will remain primitive. At least now they have made access to the red light from the off state. Now you don't need to turn on the flashlight to get to the red light. It was outright absurd. The color index of the transmission, of course, is low, but the light was not frankly cold. The flashlight has full brightness stabilization and a good duration of operation in turbo mode, and when restarted, the turbo will last much longer in the presence of cooling. Let me remind you that the flashlight has become a third brighter than the previous version, but it keeps the turbo the same. Well done. It can be seen that without cooling, the brightness then begins to jump up and down, but if you switch to high mode, then you will not see this anymore. 3 hours of work in high mode will be more than enough for you, but still I recommend keeping 1 or 2 spare batteries with you. Such optics, and even matte, means that the light at Fenix HM61R V2 is designed to work close up and it is not worth waiting for some serious range from it, even in turbo mode. On the other hand, a headlamp is the light source that you mainly use to work up close. If you need a very long-range headlamp, then Fenix has something to offer. This is Fenix HP30 RV2, look at the review. In this regard, the flashlight is exceptionally good. The range of the flashlight in turbo mode would estimate 50 meters, but maybe 75 meters, but no further. In the end, the Fenix HM61R V2 became a good continuation of the first generation of this flashlight. Its maximum brightness has increased by a third. Let me remind you, it was 1200, it became 1600 lumens, but this did not reduce the operating time at this maximum brightness in any way. The mode has also grown, which has grown from 400 lumens to 600, but I don't think this is such an advantage, because in many situations 600 lumens will be too bright and 400 lumens would just be useful. Yes, and this brightness would last longer. Be that as it may, the flashlight holds 600 lumens without brightness drawdown, which is good. I will also note that the management has improved. Now you can turn on the red light without turning on the main one before that. And the last thing is the red light is largely meaningless in the first version of this flashlight. I hope that someday Fenix will find out that there is still such a convenient thing as instant access to the minimum brightness from the off state. In the meantime, I find Fenix management extremely primitive for myself. The light itself remained the same. It will be convenient for working nearby, for moving within the camp. The brightness in turbo mode has increased and it has also increased the range of the flashlight somewhat, but still you should not overestimate it. This is a small range. The mount has now become more reliable. You can insert a flashlight with a clip into it, but I'm not sure that it will be convenient in winter when you use a flashlight with gloves. And to understand how much the new mount has become a step forward or backward, it would take me to use the flashlight longer than I used it when I created this review. The rest remained in the same form. This is a good strong magnet, a convenient button, a good set of brightness, which, however, lacks modes of the order of the luminaire. Native magnetic charging, I think this is a disadvantage. Reliability. Here, Fenix, of course, reliability is at the highest level, as well as the price. It's the same with her as with reliability. This is an expensive headlamp and naturally for many it will become, in fact, the main obstacle to purchase. In the dry residue, it turns out the same as before. This is a bright headlamp for a wealthy ordinary user, to whom reliability and ease of management are important, and there are not a few such people. In this regard, Fenix suits them 100%. The question is that more brightness of normal control could have been done in the first version. I would give such a flashlight to my beta, but I would not leave it for myself precisely because of the simple control and magnetic charging. I would be looking for something with color temperature and tipsy charging and flexible control, well, the same work as HD15 HD20. Actually, all friends write how do you like this flashlight? Like, subscribe, if you haven't subscribed. Bye.